expecting it to be Stats and eventually Zest to come out next, because you can't not play Zest, right?
Sure.
That would be weird. That would not make sense.
These two players have somewhat of a recent history against each other. In fact, KT Rolster ended up losing to Sbenu in the regular season in round 4 when Stats tried to Colossus drop Jjakji. It failed miserably, and then Jjakji just counterattacked and destroyed him. So no doubt, I think Stats will be playing this one.
I tried to forget that game, Wolf, actually. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Kind of like an overconfident throw as well. So yeah, I'm certain we're not going to see a Colossus drop this time.
I hope not, Moonglade. Well, guys, it's going to be game number 5 here between Stats and Jjakji on Terraform to decide which one of these teams is going to take the lead. Let's jump into it right now. Up here in the top left, in the red, our Protoss player from KT Rolster, it is Stats.
And his opponent to the bottom right, our new challenger, is Jjakji for Sbenu. I feel like Jjakji has shown his moments, his potential in this matchup, which is why I was pretty confident they were going to send him out versus a Protoss. He's played well in the matchup in the past, especially when he was playing over in Europe. Unfortunately, it's a different class of player he's up against here. And I have to say, I highly favor Stats going into this one, but he did throw, if you will, and lose the match last time they met each other. It's just hard to put Jjakji on the level of any KT Rolster player when it comes to success in Korea, in recent results. He is a GSL champion, a Wings of Liberty GSL champion, I think back in 2012, as well as a player who did insanely well in WCS Europe. But when you come back to Korea and you're facing somebody like Stats, it's hard to really compare the two on a similar level.
Yeah, you see what Jjakji's done recently as well. Like, he lost to Keen, he lost to Deer, he lost to SOS. He beat Stats. He beat Stats that game. But beyond that, we have not seen him have much success at all in the matchup. So it's a scary thing to put him out here, but I guess, if you don't have Leenock, you don't have someone else that's going to really lift for you.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this before. It was the choice between Jjakji and Bomber, and I guess they are going to go for Jjakji. Maybe Bomber not as confident in the matchup these days.
Let's talk about something else entirely as well, is what happens when your last player is DRG. Is that a good idea?
We've seen that situation a lot in the past as well. I remember back in GSTL, we'd see that a lot, and it's a scary thing to see because he would often just fold.
Yeah, and he's known by many of his fans as the final boss because he's chosen oftentimes last, but we've seen it time and time again, him fail, even back in the days of Coach Juan, who no longer is a part of StarTale or Sbenu's new coaching team. Use him in these stressful situations, and he failed, and he's been stressed about it. We saw in round 3, all he had to do was win one game. It was the third game. His team only had to win one game. When you go into game 3, it's DRG. He clearly was nervous and played a bad game because he was nervous. So I still think we have to see DRG today.
Oh, the scout.
Busted. What does it mean? Goes home.
Yeah.
Throws down to Twilight. Going to Chrono Boost out the Stalker to try and deny the SCV, I guess.
It will be successful.
Yep. Well,
he's trying
I think he's still going to block it, right? I think he could still stop the SCV. He has to bring a probe, though. He has to bring a probe. No, he just leaves. Wow. Seeing no Nexus is somewhat stressful.
I think he was close enough to see no Mothership Core building as well.
Yeah, he certainly did not see that.
So maybe he's saying, okay, that gas is still going somewhere. I saw, the two gassers were taken decently early. That scout is very important for Jjakji here.
We are seeing mines come out, so he's going to have that counter to Oracles if they happen to be on the map, as well as potential pressure later on once that Starport's finished up.
It's actually going to cancel the barracks and move across the map with just 4 Marines, but against even 2 Stalkers. In this case, the second one going to be out soon. He's going to not be able to find much with this. It looks like he wants to try to intercept perhaps a move out instead.
This is a scary thing from Stats, by the way. We're seeing 3-gate Blink Stalker very quickly. Looking to kill.
And this is actually going to be very good against what Jjakji is going to have. He's going for what looks like some kind of drop with Marines and Hellions.
Okay, let's
he moves them away.
let's talk about what this means, because this build is basically countering what Jjakji is doing essentially, because it's threatened him to play defensively as if he's up against Oracles. He's faked it. He's made it look like it's Oracle play, but that's not what he's up against. And with good Blink Stalker Micro, he can avoid all of those Widowmine shots. Blink still isn't done yet, though. He's a bit ahead of himself here with this timing, but he has to continue the tempo. He has to pressure. Jjakji needs bunkers up at the top of that ramp. He's going to need more than just a Widowmine here. He just doesn't quite yet know what he's up against.
Widowmine is at the front here. He could trigger it. Is going to just back off and wait. I think he just maybe doesn't want to show just yet.
Yeah, this counter drop could do a lot of damage as well. There's nothing in the main base, so if these Marines get to the mineral line, it's going to be big trouble.
Yeah, you know, if he doesn't actually realize this is happening, if he warps in right now, he might just lose the game. Okay, he warps in at home. That was scary, man.
Is going to also harass at the same time, it looks like, with 3 Stalkers once that blink finishes. Here we go, drop coming in.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do this.
Oh, this
drop
is not
a few
enough.
Marines. Well, maybe 6 Marines would have been enough, to be honest.
Yeah, and he even leaves the Hellions there. Not going to multitask with that one. Here come the 3 Blink Stalkers. You can see there's no Widowmine nearby this bunker. Not even...
He saw no Nexus. He's trying to get it down a bunker, but this is incredibly desperate right now for Jjakji.
There's nothing left over either. Only SCVs to defend against 6 Blink Stalkers and a Mothership Core.
Now, this Widowmine is going to be easily just avoided. He only has 1 barracks. And he's going to make a siege tank out of that factory? This game is essentially over. He cannot do anything. He's just caught with his tail between his legs.
Yeah, Widowmine's never going to get a good hit off either. He's simply going to blink out of it if he has to.
Look at that control while he's microing the Stalkers. At the same time, he can now blink into the natural, then come back. He's got so much potential for damage here.
Lost more than half of that. GG. Well, that's kind of the game we expected, guys. I don't know how to put it there. Stats is going to win.
Yeah, very
against
easy
Jjakji.
And look at that, Zest was actually next to him as well, so maybe a sign of things to come. If Stats was to lose, the big guy's going to come out.
I think he might close it out. Let's see if DRG is up to the challenge.
It has to be Jjakji. I mean, who else could it actually ever be in this kind of situation? Looking at what we have left over, Bomber, Alive. Yeah, we're going to see DRG.
Alive isn't even here today.
Yeah, he's not
when
here.
They lined up, they only had 5 players, so
yeah,
it was either Bomber or DRG. Well, and I think DRG's the easy pick here.
Going to be on Echo. I think DRG would be a good choice here. Still going to be a hard one.
To be totally honest, I feel like if you look at Bomber and Jjakji even, Bomber's the better. I mean, Jjakji's the better player in this matchup. So if Jjakji got this owned, I don't want to send Bomber out. It's just, can DRG stay calm and collected in this high-pressure situation? It's going to be so tough for him. He's crumbled under this pressure many more times than he has overcome it. And I worry for him here. And there's a lot of money on the line. There's a lot of pride on the line here.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, as you were saying before, Sbenu doesn't really have a chance. Even if they do get first place in round 4 playoffs, they cannot make the final playoffs. So maybe he'll have a bit of ease on his mind from that. But also, I mean, he did watch the game where Stats did take down Curious, his Zerg teammate. Maybe he's going to feel a bit nervous from that. Well, I know I would.
It's also going to give him like a kind of like an idea of how Stats is playing it. Like, he's playing for the late game. He's not afraid to go, all late game on 3 bases and make that perfect army either. So yeah. That's going to come into play as well, I think.
And looking at Echo, too, that 3rd base is so easy to hold.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
This may be even a better map for Stats to hold on with that kind of style.
We could